Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Jane Lawrence and I come with a lot of juicy content. On today's episode, I will be talking about the rules of intimacy. There are rules that you have to go by, whether you're a man or a woman, all right? But if you've noticed, I've been focusing so much on the women, and this is because, when it comes to a relationship, the role that a woman plays is quite eminent, it's quite important. And there are just some rules that you have to go by so that it can be successful or near successful. So I will be giving you these rules, this week, sort of. Anyways, if this is the kind of video that you would like to watch, then I would advise you to keep on watching. You could share with your friends and families. And if you're not subscribed yet, this is your first time, please do well to hit on that notification bell, subscribe to get notified whenever I post a video here. I'll try this month to be really consistent every week, dropping videos almost every day, maybe 5 times a week or maybe 4 times a week, okay? If that feels great, let me know in the comment section, all right? Now, do that. Be right back. Now, when is it okay to have sex? See, I feel like the rule depends on your age and your personal feelings. So if you're 18 and you're a virgin, you would want to wait until you find a committed relationship to be in. Now, if you're 39 or above, maybe you would like to wait for 2 months or 3 months. Like most relationship experts would tell you, wait for like 3 months until you get to know the guy's intention. Of course, if you feel strongly against premarital sex, you should wait until you are married. If he loves you, then he would respect you or respect whatever decision that you make at the end of the day. But don't be surprised, okay? Don't be surprised if he gets pretty much upset when you just kiss him goodnight at the end of the second date and he's expecting more. Right? He's expecting you to invite him up into your apartment for a drink, and maybe something leads to another thing and you guys are, dragging or, getting all lovey-dovey under the duvet or in between the sheets. All right? I mean, he has probably been spoiled by other women who slept with him on the first or second date. And now he feels like he's been denied this pleasure, and every woman he meets should not have to wait a day longer to bed him. But don't worry, he might just get riled up at the very beginning, because if you must know, anger also indicates interest. And you might be surprised that at the end of the day, he might probably call you against all odds. And ladies, don't be too quick to dismiss him because he wants to have sex with you. Most men want that when they meet a girl that they like. Some of them might not be forthright with it, but the idea is always there at the back of their minds. It's taking a sit at the back burner, waiting for when you would be ready to have sex with them. And that's the bitter truth that I've come to realize. Except you don't feel him on that level, don't get upset when he nudges you, for sex. It's just in the nature of a man to just want to be emotionally or sexually connected to the woman that makes him feel some type of way. It's just in their nature to want to have it. But just note that making him wait will only increase the desire that he has for you. Some of you sexual beings might be wondering, oh, what if I like sex too? And I am just denying myself just as much as I am denying him. Does that mean that you can sleep with him on the first or second date? Now, unfortunately, this is what I would tell you. The answer is still no. You will have to exercise a bit of self-restraint and character building. And also trust that if you hold off for a few weeks or months, you won't be sorry. I mean, why risk having him call you easy and think of you that way, most especially when he's talking about you to his friends the next day? Because trust me, men talk. Men talk and they spill the tea. So it's better that you have him angry and pretty much upset that he's not getting the cookies on the first or second date and having him strategize on the following date rather than having it easy and then dumping you for the next girl who might not even make it easy for him or who might make it easy for him. Either way, it's a win-win situation for him. Do you get what I mean? And so making him wait will only intensify his desire for you and create more passion when you finally have that hot, steaming intimacy whenever you're ready. It's just some rule that you have to follow. Trust me, it can be really excruciating, painful, really emotionally daunting to put up sex with someone that you're really particularly very attracted to, but you must think long term. So if you play your cards right, you might have sex with this guy every night for the rest of your life, especially when you're married. Now, you might argue that, you don't mind having sex with him on the first or second date, and you're taking your chances, and that it is okay with you if he doesn't call again because you're both grown-ups and you can handle the aftermath of, having sex with him, and at the end of the day, you see his behavior that is not coordinated with what you experienced together between the sheets. Look, don't kid yourself, all right? We've all been there, because we know from experience, of course, that most girls who say these are actually lying to themselves. Deep down inside your heart, it is not okay with a woman if she sleeps with a man and he doesn't call. Every woman wants that man that she just slept with to call her. It's the honest truth. Every woman wants that man who she's just had intimate moments with to call her right after, whether he pretends or not. It just gives you that sense of emotional security that he's not playing games with you. Do you get what I mean? It's just facts. So when you sleep with him on the second date, you don't really know if he's going to be a gentleman or a douchebag or an asshole. So let me just state it categorically clear that girls who follow the rules don't take risks. We don't take risks like that. We learn to play safe. So if you can handle just making out with him, but not going all 9 yards with this guy, and you can still feel good about yourself, whether he calls or he doesn't call, whether he keeps in tabs or he doesn't keep tabs, you're going to do fine, then that's fine. So you've got to be emotionally smart and calculated. And I must confess to you that most women turn men off because they sleep with them too soon. But that's not saying that there aren't people who have slept with a guy on their first date or on their second date and they automatically kicked off things and are married now, living their best lives. There are a couple of people like that, but it probably took something special to get there. Let's assume that you rushed into sex, with this guy on the first or on the second date. What you need to do is to, first and foremost, stay emotionally cool or emotionally calm, no matter how hot the sex was. The fact is that most women turn off men in bed, most especially after, intimacy. Not because they slept with him too soon, but because they talk too much about it in bed. They talk too much about the intimacy in bed. They try to exploit, the physical closeness of sex to gain emotional closeness or security and assurance about the future with a man. That's where you get it all wrong. And that's where you get men to scamper away from you. He might have said a lot of things to you in the heat of the passion, but don't take it to heart, because that's what men do. When they get so emotionally up there in their apex, they tend to say anything that comes to mind at that moment, because half the time they aren't in their right senses in that moment at that point in time. So it's in the morning after sex that you will know where he stands in that relationship with you. You've got to listen to the things that he says, the awkward silence, the action afterwards, especially when you've gone back to your usual daily activities or your usual daily routine. Has his attention shifted from the way it was from the first day? Or is he consistent? Is he consistent with his call? Is he consistent with his attention? Is he consistent with dating you? That's the test that you have to put him through first before you start saying things in bed right after sex. Like I said before, peradventure both of you got heated in between the sheets on the first date. Please wait a good amount of time before you begin holding lengthy seminar about your needs during sex or after sex. Don't start with a "so what are we now?" kind of question. Or you start demanding that he does this to you or he does that to you, or you start talking about where you think this relationship is heading, or you start talking about your feelings for him or how you love him or how you like him so much. And if you're going to damn all the consequences and face the risk, then just know that being with you in bed should not be difficult or too demanding. Don't bring anything red light bulbs or scented candles or X-rated videos to enhance, the sexual experiences. If you have to use these things to get him excited, then something is actually wrong. He should be excited about sleeping with you. So while you're snuggling in bed, after sex is not the time to say, "Oh, so do you want me to make room for your clothes in my wardrobe?" Or "Do you think I should get your toothbrush in the bathroom?" Or "Do you think I should make dinner for you?" Or "Do you think I should make breakfast for you?" Don't even dare bring up marriage or relationship talk, much less talk about your future together. Not in bed, not even out of bed. For the love of Christ, don't even do that. So if you've allowed him eat the cookies for the first time without as much as understanding where you both stand in that relationship, then you have no right to ask him these questions. Ladies, you need to realize that sex will not keep a man. Sex will not make a man love you much more than he first thought he did without even seeing the cookies in full display. All right? It will not keep him glued to you either. So nothing changes, but it only aggravates the situation and leaves you in a dark path of great uncertainty, especially if he flips up on you. Okay? That's why you have to give it space, you have to give it time, you have to be friends, you've got to know who he really is and what his intentions are. Remember, if you're going to ask those questions right away, they only indicate your concern for your own need to be fulfilled. And you've got to realize that the rules of love are a selfish way of living and handling a relationship. You aren't projecting any emotions or want or needs. You're going to go with the flow, but not taking more than you can handle so that you don't get too vulnerable. Look, men merely want to just lay down there next to someone that they care about when they're feeling strong emotions. They don't want to be asked committed questions like, where is this headed to? So what are we now? But women are more curious, wanting to know more. So you hear them saying things like, "Oh, now that we've slept together, where is this relationship going?" Or "What is the meaning of what we've just done?" It's even ridiculous saying these things. It's ridiculous saying these things out to myself. I wonder how men feel when they hear these things. And I get it that while all these thoughts are, running around your head and your desires to own this man is mounting minute by minute, babe, you just have to try to relax and think about nothing. Don't project anything. Don't cling to him if he has to leave that night or if he has to leave the following morning. Be casual and be unmoved about the fact that the date is over. Don't put up a fuss when he doesn't, see you no more. All right? Don't put up a fuss when he doesn't even call you. And the funny thing is that almost all the time, it's always the case that when some of these men sleep or they heat the sheets with you, right? They go no contact with you. So you've got to have that at the back of your mind and be better prepared when this happens, because half the time it always happens. So with that attitude, chances are that he will be the one hanging on to you. All right? Don't try to keep him there longer than necessary by suggesting breakfast. Instead, just go quietly about your business. Brush your hair, brush your teeth, put up a makeup. You could do your yoga, you could do your stretches, and chances are that he will start massaging your shoulders and suggesting something more sexy, or he might be suggesting more morning sex. Men don't like to be put in positions that make them think that you want more than what he's willing to offer. And another few rules that I will just briefly outline here is that if you don't want to feel insecure, do not initiate sex. And after you're in a committed relationship, when he's crazy about you, you can, occasionally and playfully just make, an initiation. Then it's only very fair that if you're dating a man for a month or two and you don't want to sleep with him, for a while, it's just good that you let him know before time. All right. Otherwise, you'll be seen as a tease, and that's not really good. Men could actually dump you if they sense that you're teasing them. Last but not the least, whenever you do have sex, always use a condom. All right. Don't cave in when a man says, "Oh, just this once," or "just the tip." Remember, you are a rules girl, and you take care of yourself. So if he really needs to come, then you could help him with hand job. Don't even use your mouth, or use the surface of a vulva to make him come, unless of course you both have done your health checkup, your health status, and you've basically gone for your checks. All right, you don't want to risk your life and put it in the hands of a man that you barely know, or a man that you're just getting to know. You need to know their health status, and they need to know yours as well. So that would be all for today, all right? Until my next episode, start being smart, ladies, okay? Bye for now.